Okay, Basketball Travels 23, thanks for having me again. So we're here to talk about the Game 7 of Clippers and Nuggets. You told me not to say anything bad about, well, the Game 7. But the thing is, it's really hard not to. My God! It's the worst Game 7 I have ever seen in my entire life. Alright, Game 7 should be the best two words in sports, right? And the reason why it should be the best two words in sports is because this is where you gauge and you assess the best players in the world. Alright? And this year, bansagan ako si Kawhi Leonard as like the next superstar. Because of course KD is injured and, he's already in his 30s and they said, okay, KD's getting old. Maybe Giannis. But the thing is, of course, the Bucks are not there anymore. And then of course you got the Clippers, all right? You got the Clippers who has Paul George, who has Doc Rivers, who has a really good owner with Steve Ballmer. And then they got Kawhi Leonard, who won a championship with the Spurs, who also won a championship definitely with Toronto last year. And there was a lot of hype. Now, Kawhi would be the next best player and not LeBron. But come on. Kawhi didn't show up during Game 7. Alright? Okay. If you would make the argument, yes, LeBron James had a really bad 2011 Dallas Finals. Yeah, whatever. Okay? But he wasn't a champion then. Okay? So, with that 2011 that they said he chokes to LeBron James, he learned from that. Okay? The playoffs after the 2011, he was a beast. And that is why LeBron James is LeBron James right now. But with Kawhi Leonard, he is already experienced. He's won 2 finals MVPs. And you don't show up on a Game 7? You have 0 points during the fourth quarter. I am a LeBron James fan, of course. I would love all the great things for LeBron. Denver would be the easiest route because, of course, nobody is a fan of Denver. I mean, you can be a fan of Jokic. And, there might be some new fans of Jamal Murray because he's been balling lately. And, I mean, I'm even a fan of Michael Porter Jr. now. But when you say a true Denver Nuggets fan, no one is a fan of the Denver Nuggets. Even if you say, yeah, during the Dikembe Mutombo, come on. No. Nobody wanted Denver to move on. They wanted an LA versus LA matchup. And I am so disappointed that we don't get to have that. Next year, I don't see it ever happening. Montrezl Harrell was the only good thing that happened yesterday, and he's on his contract year. That's why he's been balling this year. He wants a really big payday. I don't think he's gonna get that with the LA Clippers. He's gonna go to Charlotte or whatever. Pat Bev, all talk. Worst Game 7 ever. I am so disappointed. Alright, thanks.
Hello, Basketball Travels 23. Thanks for having me again. Nangutan naman ako sa kung pwede ma-react or pwede na ako ma-comment regarding the loss of the Clippers to the Nuggets sa Game 7. Pivotal kito nga game, no? Tanaw ko ato, mura sa basag. Wakoy team gilabanan na to, pero kuan gyapon ni kulbahid na gyapon. Kung nangutan mo na ako kung diin yun sila dapitan na pilde, tanaw na ako murag sa score yun. But kidding aside, a loss is a loss. It was what it was. We all have to move on from that. Kay wala tay dapat wala tay mahimo kay a loss is a loss. Kay kung if we really want to go into further analysis and technicalities, dakan pwede ma-blame. And I also must agree to Brother Martin in the prior video nga si Kawhi jud is to blame. Kung nadyo kay gipangita nga dapat we blame si Kawhi kay for not showing up. Because that's what he was expected of man. Good nga, great players should always find a way to win basketball or big time games no matter what. Yeah, dakan pa sila si Doc Rivers mo na yun, si si Paul George not being the role player as he is, di ka ba mo adjust. Dakan na kay guys ug mga mga and how much blame should a certain player would be under mo na. Pero para lang nako no, it's totally unfair to the Nuggets. Kung matanaw mo sa YouTube, Google, the discussion is purely hovering around how the Clippers blew it off, how the Clippers lost, and what could they have done wrong. It's totally unfair to the Nuggets, guys, kung if you were to ask me, di ba? Completely discrediting the efforts of the Nuggets. The better question should be, how the Nuggets pulled it off? No? What did the Nuggets do to have survived and to have come back from a 3-1 deficit ever since Utah? Di ba? Mura na sa Pacquiao, if they see blood, and that's mura, na sila mo ma-motivate ug maayo. So mo na ako unfair ka ba? Atong dapat ang pangutana giunsa na pa-pull off sa Nuggets. Para nako the gel and the trust chemistry mo na kabantay mo more nga gamay guys tanan pero buli-bulihon ka. Na mas Jokic ang ilang trust guys. Di matatawaran kung sa Tagalog pa. Kabang mas Jokic always has his back. The chemistry kan 2-man game nagpatay sa series. Di ba? Kung parang ako, I'm not even supposed to say anything bad, but para sa Clippers, they were never really a team to begin with, kung parang lang nako. Kaya mura gitagaan sila duha ka cherries on top of the cake ba? In the likes of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, na mura expecting sila to perform and not really gelling as a team as they should be. Kaya sa una pa yun, napakato yung players nga, blah blah blah, I don't wanna go, I don't wanna play in the bubble, money mo na, lahat si Chiburitsi. Si Paul George is kanang haunted with injuries. Yung katong mga childish behavior or gestures ni Pat Beverly, kasi kato ginagmay na to, but they all come to play. And mo na sila, simple na good. The Nuggets played better, more composed and more fluid basketball. And I'm even giving them a fighting chance against the Lakers. Although I'm a big Laker fan, I'm a big LeBron fan. As much as I want the Lakers to win all the way, to win the championship, but para nako, I won't be surprised if the Nuggets will pull it off once again. So mo to guys, kung wala pa mo ka-subscribe ani nga channel, you're missing out on all the good stuff. You're missing out big time. So kung wala pa mo ka-subscribe ani Basketball Channels 23, hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell para ma-updated mo sa mga bagong videos. Adios.